Chicago, the #1 underrated show channel on YUTUBE. How are you all doing this Tuesday morning? Early Tuesday morning. Yeah. Not quite to my destination, but I did set up shop, got things going in the telly. I had to come outside for a minute. I didn't want to disturb all of the other occupants, you know, because I might get LOUD. I don't know. But needless to say, I'm out in the car. Okay. And thank God I brought this crown with me, right? I put it in the bag and put it in my bag. And luckily I did. I didn't get a chance to stop at any outlets yet to give me a new hat. I plan to get a new hat on this road trip, okay? Yeah, it's been a terrific road trip thus far, you all. It's pretty windy where I'm at right now. It's like 47 to 50 miles per hour winds right now. A lot of people pulled over, truckers pulled over, but I ended up getting a telly. Had to. Got to give me some REST. Yeah. Driving 15 hours, I'm telling you. Uh-huh. See right here? See right here? Yeah, map. Map. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, that's what we doing. On the road. I'm gonna need me a new car soon. Anybody out there want to donate me a new car? So I've been on the road, you all, so you all haven't seen me. And for all of you all that's out there in the chat room, I want to say thank you for being there. I want to say thank you for watching the channel, supporting the channel. And if this is your first time watching this channel, I ask that you share this information with relatives, friends, coworkers, anyone that you come into contact with. It is a magnificent way to jumpstart your conversation. And subscribe, like, and share. Okay. Okay. Hey, before we get started with this, you all, people are dying at an alarming rate out here. Young and older and old. Okay. Yeah, in all three categories. I wonder, what is it related to? Have people been dying like this all along? This young? Athletes falling out? I wonder if it has anything to do, with the hot sauce. Just wondering. Always thinking. Remember what Bill Gates said. I'm not going to say what he said, but remember what he said. When a person, I'm going to tell you anyway, okay? When a person tells you that they are giving you a chicken virus, I'm just saying, a chicken virus? You lucky it wasn't the bovine. We just saying, you all. Who out there? Mike Hunt. Hey, what's going on, Mike? What it is? What city and state you from, Mike? Is this the Mike Hunt of Jay? Is this Jay nephew? CTDA. CT Dares. I'm sorry. Hey, what's going on? Ha ha ha. I want to thank everybody for being here, because you could have been somewhere else with someone else doing something else. But you decided to stop by to see what we had to say, and we are absolutely grateful to you. If I didn't have the crown on my head, well, I would tip my hat to you. And speaking of this crown, before we get off into the subject, black people have worn crowns, right, in the motherland way before Jews or Arabs, okay? So don't think this is a kufi. No, it's not a kufi. It's just a crown. Okay. But needless to say, you all, here it is. We got people in America, 42 million of them. 42 million of them in trouble, about to lose their food stamps, their SNAP, their EBT. A lot of people here in Chicago, did you all, my fellow Chicagoans, did you all see maybe 100,000 people down there for the No King's Day protest rally? About 100,000 in Chicago. Nationwide, according to the reports, they say that it was 7 million people across America protesting Donald Trump. Now, with all of these people who are protesting, why is it that they can't get him out? Why can't they impeach him? Maybe it's because the Senate, the House, and the presidency are Republicans. Now, hey, that's not a joking matter, 100. Because people out here are about to go hungry if they don't get it right by November 1st or October 31st or sometime before then, okay? People have to remember, they were doing other things before food stamps came out. What was people doing before food stamps came out? I think that our ancestors, whether you were white or black or from India or wherever you was from, our ancestors had valuable information of how to survive and how to live off the land. Many people can't even tell you how to grow a plant, meaning food. I want to send shouts out to everybody out there. Frank Varoom, RJ Cranberry, Down Syndrome, Jesus, Candy X, Harry Brown Knight. Some people with some signs, don't know who you are. Sir Reginald Bumquist III, Just to everybody out there. Shouts out to you. Everybody out there, shouts out to you. And if you are just tuning in, I ask that you subscribe, like, and share. Yeah, and share the information with relatives, friends, and co-workers. Anyone that you come into contact with, that's right. It is a magnificent way to jumpstart your conversation. And we're sitting here talking about world problems, world events that has been imposed upon U.S. citizens by the presidency. Think about that. People are in jeopardy of going hungry. Or is this a scare tactic? Or is this a scare tactic by Donald Trump and his administration? If you fear this, which many people will and are, chances are that it's not going to look good for you or be good for you in the next up and coming weeks. But you have to be prepared. And all of the greats, master teachers, all of them told you that this day would arrive. But I know that those farmers, they ready. People that's out in the country, they're ready. You know why the farmers are ready? Because they grow their own food. They grow their own food. Some of them have their own slaughterhouses. And if you are in the the vicinity of people who do such professions, you may want to talk to them and befriend them. In fact, you just may need them. We just don't know yet. We just don't know yet. But it amazes me how, while Donald Trump is sending Americans through these hard times, it is so hard that the No Kings Day rally made history in America. There has never been a protest in America like there was the other day at the No Kings protest rally across the country in regards to Donald Trump and his administration. It is that bad out here. But you know what? If you all voted him in, and everything that he promised you, are you serious? Oh, we back, you all. We're back and we're reconnected. All right. But what I was saying was, yeah, I had to move positions. But a lot of people out there who voted for Donald Trump are regretting it. He lied to you. He's going to do for you. He said that he was going to lower prices on everything. Did he forget what he promised the American people? Or did he give you the middle finger? You know, there were Donald Trump and, the MAGA lovers. This country, the way it's going under Donald Trump and the administration, trying to starve people with their food stamps. Starve you with the food stamps. If a person controls your food, they control you. That's just like having a job, And I'm fortunate enough that I don't have a job right now. My job is YouTube. Bringing you all information, okay? Bringing you all information. But the job, getting back to the job thing, what is it doing? Or what has it done for you? In fact, a lot of people are losing jobs every day. IBM just laid off 8,000 people. IBM laid off 8,000 people. Now, what was the subject? That was the point. It just slipped my mind. The point that I wanted to make in regards to having a job, but there's no job security no more. There's no job security no more for nobody, and that's thanks to the Donald Trump administration. Who we got? We win. You lazy FUQ. How do you pronounce his name? I don't know how to pronounce that name. Starts with an X. But everybody that's out there in the chat room, I want to say thank you for being here. House connection. Oh, we back. We back. Yeah, I got a little tub in the back. You know what I'm saying? Got food, got ice, Sometimes you have to travel like a trucker. Sometimes you don't. But I'm glad that I did because I ran into some unexpected weather. But needless to say, getting back to starvation here. Let me ask you all something. Do you all think that Donald Trump is a bad president? Because he has this cult going that really feels that he is doing a great job as president. But deep in their hearts, for those who support him, they even know that he's doing a very, very bad job at ruling this country. If you were in rule and power of a country, what would you be like? Would you be like Donald Trump? Is there any president that you would be like, or would you be totally different? Would you be for the people, or would you be revert back to this thought that I had in my mind too? In regards to the job, it's just like having a job. Damn. It'll come back to me. It'll come back. I'm hoping. Because it was a great point. It was a great point. Now, when November 1st gets here, and you go to the grocery store, it's best to call and check on your EBT card before you go to the store. And if you did receive some EBT this month, make sure you try to ration it out. It is my hopes that you don't have children. And you got like 3, 4, maybe 5. And there's no baby daddy. Life is about to get real cold. Life is about to get real cold for you. In fact about it, there are a lot of conspiracy theorists who say that they are actually trying to phase out the food stamp program. Just like they're phasing out the Section 8. Just like they're phasing out the education department. Just like they're phasing out jobs. Just like they're fading out security. Just like they're bringing in the destruction of America. The fall of America. And Donald Trump and his administration is at the helm of it. They are at the helm of the destruction of America. Now, during this shutdown, where they are not paying military veterans, meaning active military duty, but Congress is still getting paid. The Senate is still getting, the House, the Senate, and the president is still getting paid. But the people who are defending the country is not getting paid. What kind of nonsense is that? Seeing that you run the country and you need these people to help defend the country that you run, shouldn't their paychecks be more important than yours? I'm just saying. It's going to get ugly out here fast. What do? You either know how to grow you some food or stack some food. And if you got some children, you may have to ration the food out. And that's a shame. Seeing that America is people out here starving, citizens being shot by federal agents, the police in certain cities and states being tear gassed and arrested by federal agents. Yeah. This is just the beginning of the fun that we are about to endure. Hey, it's getting so bad out here. Do you all remember Don Lemon from CNN? Yeah, Don Lemon. Don Lemon said that American citizens need to arm themselves against ICE. What y'all think about that? Should you arm yourself against ICE, seeing that they have no parameters? You You even have some people who say that ICE and President Trump is the new Gestapo. Yeah, they say that it's the new Gestapo. What do you think? Huh? They have no parameters. You have federal judges who are telling Donald Trump that this is unconstitutional. It's unconstitutional and you can't do this and you can't do that. Donald Trump is still doing it. Now, how does that work? How does that work? Federal judges tell you what you can't do and you still do it. I wonder if these are Democratic judges. Because it seems to me that he have all of the Republican judges in his pocket. They are ready to bring the American citizens to their knees, to beg them for help. But yet, they are the very same people that's causing the problem. In fact about it, the United States of America and Venezuela are having a secret war. And the Venezuelan government, the president of the country, is telling U.S. citizens to be aware of what is to come. Yeah. He spilled the beans. He spilled the beans on what Donald Trump plans to do with the American citizens. Now, you must remember that him at Venezuela, you know, the president over there had some talks about swapping prisoners. So you can't tell me that man don't know what he's talking about. Could this, you know, is this all a distraction by Donald Trump to keep you from viewing those or wanting to, excuse me, let me get this right. It's all of this which is going on that is presented by Donald Trump, all of the drama, all of the National Guards, all of the ICE. Is all of this a cover-up for the Epstein files? Is all this a cover-up for the Epstein files to keep you distracted? Now, it's bad enough that we are distracted by everyday life situations and strains. But when you add the president, who is a dirty rat, and why is he a dirty rat? Because he has 34 felonies. Yeah, we back. What to you? Here it is, you have a country. When you go get a job, they ask you, are you? And if you say yes, your application goes in the garbage can. But yet you have the president of the country who has 34 felonies. Whew. Y'all killing me, okay? Y'all killing me. And he's threatening to take your food away. You know the big corporation called BlackRock? Well, BlackRock said that we are going to force them to behave a certain way. Is this the way that they want us to behave? Is this the way that they want us to behave, like criminals? This country, the #1 civilized country. But yet you have more prisons in this country than any other country. You have the president of this country who is biased for sure, who is most definitely biased for sure. We have all been hoodwinked. We have all been hoodwinked. The great part about this is that you have Caucasians in this country. You know, the privileged people who are the descendants of those who stole this land. You know, some of them are in power, but for those who are privileged just for being Caucasians, even they're crying right now. They are crying. They are crying. And they are committing acts of violence, shooting up schools, going on stage in New York, pointing a gun to their head. Yeah, shooting up politicians, going to their front door, blowing a wig back. Presidents of health insurance companies getting whacked. Insurance companies ripping the people off, making them pay triple than what they should pay. Rent is outrageous. People have no place to stay because they can't afford it. You mean to tell me, Donald Trump, that the taxpayers of this country can pay for the inmates in prison, but you threaten the citizens who are not in prison? You want to cut off their food? What? Come on, man. Y'all ain't making sense out there, bro. Come on, man. Y'all ain't making sense out there, man. Y'all not making sense out there, man. You want to take care of the inmates, the criminals, but you cut the people food off out here who not in jail. This man does not know what he's doing. And he's most definitely on some white power. Oh, shit. He's most definitely on some white power. That is for sure. White power to the core. And he's not hiding it. He is not hiding it. In fact about it, they not hiding it anymore. He says that this will be the last time that people will have to vote. You know why? Because they plan to destroy it. That's why. They plan to destroy this country. Are they trying to make it communism? A communist country? In fact about it, you have people who talk about, communist and a democracy. Is there really any difference? Is there really any difference? Because in the end, who has the power? The politicians. But it's the power that the people gave them. Now, You all ever watch this HBO series called Game of Thrones, you know, or House of Dragons? And you had all of the citizens, at one point that was angry with the crown because they were being starved to death. The kingsman and his family and his court, his cabinet members are all eating swell and well, but the people are starving. And this is what's going on in America very, very soon, right at your doorstep. You got people on social media, they talking about Cardi B, they talking about Nicki Minaj, they talking about P. Diddy. And speaking of P. Diddy, he's about to get his sentence commuted by Donald Trump. Y'all know y'all heard that too, okay? If you didn't, now you did. But with all of the stress and pressures that we have going on in life as individuals and citizens of this country, you mean to tell me that we have time to focus on celebrities? Y'all better get real. Now, for all of those celebrities that you all worship, in the entertainment industry, basketball, athletes, superstars, when the crash comes, when you can't feed yourself in November, let's see where those entertainers are. Let's see where those actresses are at. Let's see where those actors are at. Let's see where Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, and let's see where all of these people at when it comes to you not having no money on your EBT, food card, food share, food stamp on November 1st. And let's see what those people do for you. Let's see what they do for you. Do you think it's going to help you? Don't you know that Jay-Z and Kanye West and Beyonce and Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and all of these other people that you worship, NBA YoungBoy and all of these people, those NBA stars, those football stars, they can help, but they not. Let's see what they're going to do for the starving people in the country when it becomes crunch time. All of you fans out there that buy their gear, that watch their games, that buy their music, that go to their concerts, let's see what they do. I'm looking over. Somebody just pulled up next to me. You got to be careful out here. Got to be careful out here. Yeah. Are they going to help you? Probably not. What do you think? What we got out here? You are we back? Okay. Maybe I just have to leave it up here. Okay. But you all think about what I'm saying. What are they trying to do to us? Did you all know that people who are on disability or are trying to get disability, you all are going to be in for a big surprise. You're going to be in for a big surprise. Donald Trump has did what? He has threatened to cancel some of those benefits for people who are disabled. And if you're applying for a disability, it's a great chance that you just may not get it. Not to mention the fact that they tried to raise the retirement age to 70. Come on, man. 70 years old. You say, well, you got a lot of people out here working until they're 70 years old. Why should they have to work? I remember back in the day when you could retire at the age of 55. Yeah. See, a lot of people in my generation, they were thinking about trying to retire then. Can't retire now. In fact about it, from the working class here in America, some people say that they wouldn't even work if they did not have to have health benefits. Would you work if you didn't have to have health insurance? Um, Believe it or not, one of the people that I had a conversation with in regards to this was a parole officer that worked for Cook County Correctional Facilities. And he told me personally, if he didn't have to work, he would be on the expressway with a cup. Yeah. Just think about people in corporate America who would tell you the same thing, like many have told me. And they have all of these big homes and everything. But Donald Trump and his new policies that he is imposing upon Americans, it ain't looking good for nobody except the 5%. Oh, I'm sorry. Not the 5%, meaning poor righteous teachers. No, maybe like the 5% or 1 through 5% who actually owns everything. You see, we're talking about that 1 through 5%. Okay, that owns everything. Some people call them the 10%, the bloodsuckers of the poor. You know, however, is the poor people who are left. Yeah, yeah. My stream had ended for some kind of way, but just think like you're a person who's a vampire, and many of your victims give you permission to drain them of their own blood because they befriend you and they trust you. And this is the same relationship that citizens have with politicians. They trust them, and the politicians drain them of their blood. And in this case, drain them of their power, drain them of resources from receiving food. How does every nation fall? Greed, arrogance, and frankly, not giving a damn, meaning the people that's at the top. But this too shall pass. But it's about to get real ugly out here. Very real. Things are about to get very, very real. So where you all going to be at? All of those relatives that you having problems, you need to not have a problem with them anymore. You need to not have a problem with them anymore. You need to atone your differences. Atone differences with your neighbors, because believe it or not, they may have to have your back as well. Yeah, I don't know what's up. Maybe it's the area. And I mean, I do have bad reception area where I'm at, but it keeps going in and out. But I want to thank you all for being here, staying in the chat room. Damn. Okay, Kimberly. Is that the caddy? I have to leave my phone up here by this window. Other than that, if I move it, I lose connections. It's crazy. MRL. James Harris. Chris. Something starts with an X. AA. I want to thank everybody for being out there. The Caddy again. Fitness J. Everybody that's out there, I want to tip my crown to you for being here, because you could have been doing something else with someone else, but you decided to stop by to see what we had to say, and we are grateful for that, okay? So, it's safe to say that you all need to learn how to grow your own food. I mean, depending upon where you're at, if you're in the east side of the country, like Maine all the way down to, I would say North Carolina. From Maine on the East Coast, you may not be able to because it's too cold. But once you get down to South Carolina and Florida, yeah, well, maybe Georgia, the tip that's like down by Florida, maybe like Quincy, Florida, Valdosta, Florida. Georgia. Yeah, Valdosta. That's a story I have to tell you all. Do you all know the history of Valdosta, Georgia? And what they did to people in Valdosta, Georgia? Whew. I remember being there back in 1988. I was with my guy Perry. We were soldiers back then. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. But if you're like in Florida, maybe you can grow you some own food, grow your own food. Texas, but it may snow. It snowed in Texas the other year, crazy as ever. But December is here. So maybe if you're in California or Arizona, maybe there's a good chance you can grow you some food. But if you're in the Midwest, North, Montana, South Dakota, North Dakota, you done, yeah, all the way down to Oklahoma. That means Nebraska and Kansas. Learn how to grow your own food. The master teachers already told you what you should have expected, and you thought that they were playing. They told you to build for yourself, build an economy for yourself, which, every time we did, the people in power destroyed it. But now this thing is at global heights, meaning globally in America, globally in America, okay? Yeah, everybody's going through it. Don't care what color you are in the crayon box. Donald Trump has got your number. He pulled out ace cards on everybody. And now you all can't do nothing about it. You can't do nothing about it. Like, how do we get this man out of office? Do people just stop going to work? Do people just stop going to work? What would happen then if people just stopped going to work? I think that a lot of that would be changed overnight. But people don't have the strength enough to do that. But it's going to take sacrifice. And even the president that's after Donald Trump, but he's trying to make sure that there's no president after him. You want to cut people off food stamps, 42 million people, but you want to have how many millions of dollars added to politicians' security? Why is that? Why do you need more money for security? Because people are angry. People are tired. People are fed up with the lies and the garbage. With the lies and the garbage. And the tricks. And the hoodwinks. And the racism. Man, that's old, man. But it's still new and it's still thriving because racism is what controls this country. Racism controls this country. Racism has been controlling this country since its inception. It's crazy out here. What side of the fence are you going to stand on? Hell, you had this woman on YouTube who said that if they cut off her EBT in November, she said that she's going to the grocery store, get her a cart, fill up her cart with food, and just walk out the store. And dare anybody to stop her. Will you be one of those shoppers? You know, they have those mystery shoppers. Will you be one of those mystery shoppers? Wow. Some people have even said that they would take other people's EBT cards if they see them cashing out if they got some left over from the month before. Hey, I remember back in the day when people used to snatch other people's food when they would come out the grocery store or restaurant. Do y'all remember those days? I remember those days. And it's getting back to those days right now. Right now. And if you're not prepared, I feel sorry for you, especially for those who's going to be living in, those apartment buildings, courtway buildings in Chicago. And let's say you're starving because Donald Trump done cut your food stamps off and you smell food coming from another apartment in the courtway building complex. Are you going to be one of those who knock on their door, kick their door in, force your way on their food? I mean, it's about to get real out here. They showed you what was going to happen on Batman, though. They showed you. Yeah. They showed you on Batman. What is The Dark Knight Returns? When, what's his face, blew up the football field and you had all the poor people invading the rich people's homes, robbing them, taking all of their valuables, taking their food. Oh, y'all didn't know? Remember, they put things in movies before it really happens. Some things they do, and some things they don't. But a lot of things that's in the movies are subliminal, and they've come true. Just look at TV back in the day when we were watching Star Trek and Lost in Space and how they had all of that technology back then in the movies. We got it now, right? I'm just saying, think of the technology that they have and they're not telling you about. Think about not only the crisis that we're going through, but think about AI. Even the godfather of AI says that AI is going to help destroy us. Just not this country, but globally, meaning worldwide, not just the country in this aspect. AI. There's no more privacy. Your messages, your videos, no privacy. They're sanctioning people, censoring them, no freedom of speech. Everybody's a slave today to devices, to cars, to paying rent, to food. Yeah. Like I said, we're all slaves today. Color don't matter. And it never has mattered. It never has mattered until the inception of America. We're talking about just here in America. We're not talking about history, even though the inception of America is history. I don't want to go that route because it's going to take me down a deep rabbit hole and I'll be on here forever. And I won't stay on the starvation issue. I won't stay on the Donald Trump food American citizens, all of them, especially for those who voted for him. And I know all of you black MAGA lovers, you all look real stupid right now. All of you black MAGA lovers, you all look real stupid right now. How could you face your family members? How could you face your wife? How could you face your kids? I'm just saying. Out of all of the people that's out there hurting, it is my hopes that the black MAGA lovers are hurting the worst. Mm-hmm. I hope that you all are hurting the worst because not only are you a traitor to the American citizens, the poor American citizens, let's get that right. To the poor American citizens, you are an enemy to. You are an enemy to your own people, and you are an enemy to yourself. And that's for all of you black MAGA lovers. I'm just saying. I hope you all are the worst affected. Civil war is coming. Civil war is coming. Civil unrest is coming. And it's not going to matter what color you look like, you see. You're going to have good people and you're going to have bad people. You're going to have good people versus bad people. And like I say, forced behaviors. You all think about that. If there's nothing else going right at this very, there's a lot of things that we are being distracted with as American citizens. There's a lot. And one thing is for sure. We want Donald Trump out of office. But you all have sown the seed that is going to take a whole generation or 2 or 3 to get out of. Yeah, this is what's going on. You must remember that these politicians, these presidents, these people think ahead in years. 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. While you just thinking about tomorrow or next week. These people have plans that are 50 years ahead, that's 40 years ahead. Donald Trump is just fulfilling what they've been wanting to do for a long time. They just needed the right candidate and at the right time. And, you know, we all in this boat. This plan has been in motion 40 years ago. Think about it. How long has it taken them to numb you? How long has it taken the system of America to numb the American citizens with violence, with crime, with high rent, less pay, and all of these other comfortabilities that they say we need as creatures in order to survive. All of that is on your plate, the whole stresses of life. And now you got this guy who's taking your human rights away, civil rights. This man has went beyond civil rights. He's going for your human rights. Donald Trump versus everybody. That's what he's telling you. Donald Trump versus everybody. Even the Democratic judges. Because like I said, he got the Republicans ones in his pocket. Anytime you got the Supreme Court of the country in your pocket, you know, I'm just saying. You all be looking out for the look out for yourselves. What we got out here? John Boy, the caddy, John Joseph, Grady, Kringle, John Boy, Double Edged, Grady, Jackie, everybody out there that's in the chat room. I want to thank you for being Durga Prost, Ronaldo or Trump chat. You in the right chat right here. And I want to thank you all for being here in this chat. It's crazy out here. And by the way, you all, before we get out of here, I want you to leave your input on what do you think this country is going from here? What do you think this country is going from here? Do you like your neighbor? Do you like your job? I mean, like, you know. Because if you don't, or if you don't like the people that you work with, especially if you're one of those biased people, you don't know who you can trust. You don't know who you can trust out here. And you don't know where you're going to get support from. You do not know. Some people do not know where they are going to get support from in the times that we're ahead. Could you imagine what it's going to be like during Christmas? Can you imagine what it's going to be like during Christmas? I don't think there's going to be no back pay on your EBT either, okay? Just make sure you got enough water. Make sure you got enough canned goods. Make sure you got enough matches or lighters. Make sure you got some candles. Make sure that you're going to have some blankets and comforters to stay warm. Because from the looks of it, it's going to be a very, very cold winter. So get prepared. If you are accustomed to blowing some money, you know, the few dollars on the weekend, you may want to spend that on food right now. What does my pantry look like? My pantry looks okay. It's not the greatest, but I'm prepared. I'm trying to see what I can while I can. My children are grown, they're adults. Even federal courts are pushing back their dates, halting, because they're not getting paid. You see what I'm saying? It's about to get ugly out here. And according to the economic experts and those think tanks, say that, like right now, we are in the 20th day of this thing. In 2 more weeks, that'll be 34 days, which equals Donald Trump's last shutdown days. When he was president last time, it was 34 days. We're 2 weeks away from that now, because this is the 20th day. And they are saying that this is going to go longer than 34 days. So you all get prepared out there. They're not going to have no mercy on you because you can't pay your heating bill. Ain't no mercy. The bills are not going to stop coming. A lot of people may be evicted before winter or during winter. I mean, like in certain states, you can't put nobody out in the winter cold. But there's no telling what can happen under this administration. Look at what has already happened. Things that people would have never thought would happen. It has prepared out there. And like I said, before we get out of here, I want you to go over to my other WERZ here on YOUTUBE and check out audiobook series that we have left for you. I have not put up any audiobooks like I told you I was going to do a couple of days ago because I've been on the road. I've been planning this trip, okay? And I just drove 15 hours, so give me a break, okay? Not to mention the fact that I didn't even bring the book, but I can find the book online, okay? But tomorrow is going to be busy for me. I will be at where I'm supposed to be at, and I may do a live then and maybe give you all a glimpse of where I'm at. Maybe, maybe not, okay? But anyway, go over to that channel, MOPOWERZ, and check out those audiobook series that we all have left for you. Stolen Legacy, Black Man of the Nile and His Family, From Babylon to Timbuktu, As a Man Thinketh, The Demonology of King James, The Destruction of Black Civilization, The Fall of America, The Message to the Black Man in America, The Chronological Order from Alchemy to Wicca, The 16 Crucified Saviors, The Miseducation of the Negro. Get yourself over there. We got over 800 videos, almost 900 videos on that channel over there. Yeah, I'm just having. That's right. Yeah, I'm just having. That's right here on YOUTUBE. That's right here on YOUTUBE. That's right. I was hiding the channel from you all. Like, from people who subscribe to this channel. I have another channel. I do have another channel. It's the 4th channel that I have. And that channel is called Kung Fu Genius. All martial arts. And the episodes on that is entitled Kick Ass. Kick Ass. Okay? Those episodes. So if you are into martial arts and you want to support the 4th channel, go over there and support that channel. Kung Fu Genius has got like 6 videos of it. You know, that's up there. About 6 or 7 videos. And the episodes is entitled Kick Ass. So get yourself over there. That's 4 channels that we're working on. So we're busy here, you all. And like I said, on your way out the door, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and the word all to help ensure that you get notifications when we upload videos here on YOUTUBE. And also press those condiments to like and to share. Share the information with relatives, friends, co-workers, anyone that you come to contact with. It is a magnificent way to